Hey there, what up? I am Pseudo. Welcome to a quick tutorial on World vs. World, this amazing game mode that no one plays. That's a lie. Actually quite active. Oh look, see, we even have a queue. But yeah, I'll be doing a quick tutorial tonight on this wonderful game mode, World vs. World, and then doing some roaming. My build is in the description for this video. Figured out a Bladesworn build I kind of like. It's kind of different. I'm pretty happy with it. It takes some weird food, but let's jump right into it. So for anyone joining, I'll start recording in a bit. But yeah, mostly a build crafting channel, do random stuff with builds and whatnot. Sorry, my inventory's a mess. And I will need to grab one of these funky foods from my bank. So this is why the food is blank on the build. I'll get into it in a sec, but it actually uses these movement speed special foods, as well as this scented food that you can craft and you usually find people dropping and stuff. So yeah, let me make sure the stream quality is okay, and then I'll get recording. Looks good. Pretty happy. Able to stream. It's pretty dope. Heck yeah. Alright. Hi there. My name is Pseudo, this is Guildwars 2, and this is going to be a quick tutorial about World vs. World. If you didn't know, World vs. World is kind of the macro PvP game mode for Guild Wars 2. You enter it by opening your menu and pressing B by default, and then you can select one of your borderlands. Alliances right now are based on what server you selected when you made a character for the first time. And they're either EU or US based. EU people cannot play with US people and vice versa. And you can get there also by going through one of these funky gates in Lion's Arch or any of the major capital cities. Yeah. So what is World vs. World? Well, it's this big PvP game mode, like I said. Gear is not normalized, unlike PvP. It uses your PvE gear. Very long loading screen for Lion's Arch. And it's pretty fun. I really like it because that's where a lot of the build crafting sort of ended up being. But yeah, let's go into a borderland, and I can start explaining how to play. Oop, that one's cute. So, real quick, if you get something like this, a queue, it'll happen frequently on reset nights, which is Friday, around 10, I believe, Eastern. You'll get this long queue, and you won't be able to enter any of your borderlands because there'll be basically people queued up similar to the map system they just introduced, and you won't be able to join one. But if you manage to make it into a map, or if you have any open, you'll see this big citadel area that you're confronted with, depending on where you zone in. It'll either be your garrison or somewhere of the like on the different maps. You can see if I zoom out here, there's Eternal Battlegrounds, there's the 3 other maps, 1 of which is Desert, 2 of which are Alpine, and then there's this other one that's really cool that's in the thumbnail called Edge of the Mist that no one plays. It's really unfortunate, but it's pretty fun, and I hope they do something with it in the future. But basically the goal of World vs. World, sorry, going back to this, is to take these areas and claim them for as long as you can and rank them up. So this, let's zoom in here. This would be a tier 0 camp that somebody owns. Currently us, we are green. It depends, your color depends on where you are in the matchup, and that shuffles around every time alliances happen. Hey Decker, what's up? Just doing a quick recording for this. I'll probably edit it down in the future. Feel free to talk about whatever though, so don't feel bad, interrupt me. So this is a green map, tier 1. Or green camp tier 1. Camp supply Doliacs to towers and brain keeps, sorry, long day, and castles and whatnot. This is a tier 2. So it goes tier 0, tier 1, tier 2. And you can tell by the shields however many they've ranked up. Areas get ranked up by either getting Doliacs delivered to them, this is tier 1, or delivering Doliacs. Each different type of basically objective, camps, towers, whatever it's called, keeps, etc., has different tactivators that you can slot into them. And the tactivators do different stuff. They keep modifying them. Sometimes they're reduce damage, sometimes they're allow you to pull waypoints and just port right there. It's pretty good. But let's go find some stuff and roam around. Big thing to note as if you're new to World vs. World is this is the mount for it. It is called the Warclaw, and you unlock it by basically doing World vs. World masteries. In order to get mastery points, in quotes, which you'll need about 300, it's dependent on your rank, which is down at the bottom of your screen. You need one one rank to put into Worklaw to start training it. Then you need to complete the Worklaw track, and then you need to fill out the masteries to be able to buy the other pieces of the armor. It's about 40 gold in total. It's not that bad. I would also advise putting 1 point into gliding, because that allows you to glide in your areas as indicated on the map. Like I said, we're green, so that allows us to glide in green areas, but not red or blue areas. And if you flip an objective, you control that area, which allows you to glide there. It's pretty fun. Alrighty. Hope my homies who are dealing with the fallout of the balance patch are doing okay. I put some ideas on the forums. I've come up with some ideas for builds I can play in the meantime. See what balance shakes out as. Yeah, there's lots of things you can do for World vs. World. Very fun ways to get around. I actually don't use the Warclaw because my build likes to stack the Signet buff, Signet of Ferocity. But I can get on it just to show you basically what it does. You get these buttons as you rank up the mastery. One does damage to down foes. I think you get that by default. Sniff allows you to detect enemies. But there's some people fighting over here. I will help them out. No, I won't, because I forgot what my buttons do. I play this game, I promise. I'm still not in combat. Very, very humid here. But yeah. Mobility is king in World vs. World, in my opinion. So if you have any kind of blinks or rocket boots like that guy was using or anything, I would put those on your bar, I advise. I would also advise getting a stacking sigil for your offhand weapon and putting one on your underwater weapons. Because if you have a stacking sigil, this will probably go into my advanced tips later, but if you have a stacking sigil on your main hand or your offhand, if you're like an Ellie or an NG or something, you can switch to that, stack it up for bonus damage. But if you go into water and you don't have a stacking sigil on, you'll lose all your stacks for damage. So, kind of need both. What's tomorrow, Daikaru? No, I'm not prepared. I'm scared. What's that? What's going on tomorrow? I know they're doing balance revisions on July 18th. Oh, do you mean July 4th? Yeah. I got some stuff. I was invited to go to something with my girlfriend, but I don't know if I'll be able to get out of work in time. I got some stuff to finish up. So those guys got me in combat. I generally try to run away from outnumbered fights. It's kind of just you're outnumbered. What are you going to do? But maybe this guy wants to fight me. Alone. That'd be fun. Oh my gosh, he has so much Kandi. I was not expecting a Kandi hollow. I know I'm getting hit by a Virtuoso. Oh, it's not fair. Everything's so OP right now. It's crazy. That's so much burning. He must be running Celly gear. So that's a good note. If you're not new to World vs. World, the Celestial gear that you get for leveling up using a level up ticket is very, very, very good. No, I'm not Canadian. July 4th is an American holiday, and I am indeed American, even though it's not when we declared our independence. Yeah, I tried a lot of the beta stuff. I think the Untamed Dagger Ambush is ludicrous, but it does have a 15-second cooldown. So it's pretty okay. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of them doing stuff. I'd like them to add more to Warrior. I think the 4 offhand Warrior weapons are kind of all the same and don't really add anything to the kit, but we'll see. But yeah, if you're starting World vs. World and you're new, I advise keeping the level 80 exotic Celestial gear, especially the Aqua Breather that you get up for using a level up 80 ticket, because it's one of the most overpowered, in my opinion, but just very good, solid stats for just about anything. It gives you concentration, expertise, power damage, condition damage, as you saw with that Hollowsmith. It's just very, very good right now. And if you're looking to get into this game mode, that's something you should be running. There's a reason they give you it to start. You can slap that on almost any build, pretty much any build, actually. I can't even think of a Warrior build that wouldn't do well with it. Yeah, Warrior is full offhand Daikaru. It's kind of rough. How's the sound, by the way? I fixed some stuff, and there should be less background noise, hopefully. Sorry, move my microphone. See if that helps. But I like the fact that they're doing stuff for it. I like the fact that Thief is getting ambushes at all, special ones on like Deadeye. That felt pretty good. For the beta, I like that the Wizard Tower is gone. I think that's very, very funny. I don't know where I'm going. I should be going for other objectives. Doing a tutorial, I gotta pay attention. I'm gonna go to my favorite map, Desert. Desert's cute. Of course it is. Let's go to where the fights are. So we'll show off EBG a little bit. Eternal Battlegrounds, EBG as it's called. This is where people tend to fight. Yeah, I don't know. I'm hopeful for the future, like Guy said. I think it gives them a lot of room to play. I think this balance patch was a mess, but they knew it was going to be a mess. I hope they change things like Daring Dragon back and give some people some of the playstyles they were really enjoying, because there's really no need for that one to just kind of be erased. I'm clearly biased, but I don't think there is, unless they're planning to do something with Immortal Dragon next. I think so. I don't know if the Wizard's Tower, but we're fighting some kind of demons, and demons were in Guild Wars 1, so I'm not a lore nerd, but I would assume that. There's a really good channel. What's it called? Crichton Herald. I think she does lawyer videos. I'd go check them out. That's a very solid channel. I might have some input on that. Right. As a Lich Lord. I like this new signet change because it lets me do Dragon Trigger boost as a movement skill. It's pretty good. So this is Stone Mist Castle. Just adding random facts at this point. Castles are different than keeps. Castles give you more points. There's only one of them so far. Hopefully they add more. I'd be really in favor of that. I think big objectives are cool. And it's really hard to take. So people value this highly, and like Red has it right now, and I guarantee if we started like cataing this wall, there would be a red Zerg coming. So let's get into objectives. Most objectives are pretty simple. Well, about half of the objectives are pretty simple. This is a sentry, so it's called the Veteran Guard. It sometimes has ads around it. Those are probably from the Dolyak, but these guards basically just watch and tag Dolyaks and let the opposing team know how many of an enemy team are around an area. It's really good to take these out just for dailies and stuff, which you'll see in the top right corner. I think it's called Land Claimer when it's a daily. I could be wrong about that though. Nope, it's not. Yes, it is. Oh, those guards were from the Dolyak. Well, there's usually a sentry there. Moving on. Yeah, there's only one castle right now. I wish they put more. The other ones are technically keeps. Like over here and on Desert, they're on the sides. I have lots of opinions about World versus World, but it's, I'm trying to maybe limit those to just doing a tutorial today. So there's lots of objectives that you can take. This camp has already been cleared by a team of people. As you stand in a circle, as you see they're doing, it will tick up, and the people in the circle, when it expires, will get credit. If you just tag a guard and like run away, like if there was a quartermaster I could kill, and providing it dies before they take the objective, you can also just leave the circle and get credit if you're like following a Zerg or something and they just peace out. It's kind of good to know. Up here, there'll be a Dolyak and a tower. You can see the Dolyak going into the tower. It's moving, so it'll despawn when it gets there. That's how they deliver supplies, so you have supplies to build stuff, another Dolyak's leaving. Right now, there's some veteran guards patrolling because this tower is tier 3, so if I start attacking these guards, it'll mark me on the map, and then the enemy team will know I'm here, but I'm just one dot, so they probably won't come get me, unless we're fighting Maguma. So, it's always good to have mobility like that in World vs. World. But basically, this is a tower. It's kind of the second tier of objectives that you could take. I shouldn't use the word tier. It's the second level of objectives you can take. This is a tier. It's kind of the one up from a camp. Usually they're taken by catapulting walls or ramming down doors. You use siege in World vs. World to build various types of siege weaponry that people can buy and throw down from different vendors. A lot of the vendors are in World vs. World. You can get World vs. World masteries leveled up that allow you to buy this permanent portable provisioner. It's really good. Even if you're not a World vs. World player, it just gives you discount food. And you can buy most of the stuff in there from just World vs. World currency. It's extremely good to get, and it's only a gold once you level up the mastery, so it's pretty solid either way across game modes. It takes 50 supply to build most siege weaponry that isn't a golem. or a shield generator. You can carry 10 by default, and you can carry another 5 if your guild has leveled up the guild mastery for it. And then the last 5 that you can carry is from leveling up a mastery for world versus world. Its supply capacity. Up these guards are going to see my thing and start attacking it. Guild catapults, if they hadn't just done damage to this, actually only take 40 supply to build. So I could theoretically throw down a guild catapult, make 1 trip for supply, and then get this catapult finished and start solo taking a tower if I wanted to. But generally, world versus world, you follow around tags. If I get out of combat, I can throw up a tag. This is kind of what it'll look like. There are 2 different types of tags. There's catmanders and there's commanders. There's no real difference. It's just aesthetic. But if you see a tag, that person's running an open tag and you can join them, or you're already in the squad and they're running a private tag. So you want to just follow the commander around and help them out and do what they call for. Voice comms are generally preferred in world versus world. So you really do want to, even if you don't have a microphone, you want to get into voice comms and just listen to what your commander's calling. The best way to do world versus world is to like join somebody and ask questions, because it's a really fun game mode if you have friends. And it's kind of just, you saw me fighting those 2 people before. It's, 2v1 isn't very much fun and running back isn't either, but it's pretty solid. Sometimes you can win those fights. It feels pretty smooth. There's a lot of boon overlap. Oh god, people joined me. See, that's the other hazard for throwing up a tag. People will join you and expect things. I like it. I'd like it a lot more if my build hadn't literally just been erased from orbit, but I'm a big fan of like Spellbreaker builds right now. They're very solid. I think they're very powerful, that grew. I think there is a lot of space for that to grow, especially with pistol offhand. I think that Spellbreaker will benefit probably the most from that. I think it's going to be very strong with the offhand pistol, at least comparatively to the power level right now. I don't know what staff is going to do. I'm really confused and concerned a little bit, but we'll see what arenanet does for that. It's really a mystery to me right now. Probably support weapon, but who knows? This tower is tier 3, so these guards are pretty tough. They're definitely possible to kill. You see me taking this guy out. You can get infusions that allow you to do more damage to guards and whatnot. And if anyone joins or catches the stream VOD, just ask me questions. I'd love to get more people into this game mode, and I really love it. So I'm sorry if I'm being unclear. I'll try to edit this down into like little bite-sized information pieces that people can digest later. Ooh, people. Gonna fight? They do want to fight. Awesome. I'm the wrong weapon set for this, but they want to fight, so let's do it. That new druid thing is so strong. I have no stability. I'm just a warrior. See, we're getting kind of rammed by the guards as well, which makes this a pretty rough fight. Is that a Scourge? Okay, he was spec'd into Scourge. I thought the beta ended. Oh, there were 3 people. All right, 2v3 and some guards isn't very fair. But that's what happens in world versus world. Sometimes you get outnumbered fights. There's more coming. Yeah. That's just world versus world. Am I still queued for border like desert and I can't? Why can't I join desert? I want to join desert. My whole plan was to do the tutorial on desert and then it just isn't available. What do you think of the balance patch, Degru? Did anything you were playing get really hit hard? I haven't looked for druid feedback on the Blood Moon change. I've tried it a little bit myself. I think it's very strong, but I come from the perspective of warrior where nothing is strong, so it's not really valid. Go. Underwater skills selected. Pretty good thing to do. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. This is so cute. Let's go to one of the other Borderlands. I'll show off the standard Borderlands as well. So this is the standard Borderland, also known as the Alpine Borderlands. The the oldest borderland, I think, in the game. There used to be 3 of them. Now there's 1 desert one. But it operates pretty much the same as any of the other borderlands. Run around, take camps, take towers, take keeps. There are these objectives in the middle. If you can manage to catch 3 of them and keep them for long enough, it will time out and give everybody on your team a stat buff, and that stacks across all maps. You'll see everybody but all of the maps except for Eternal Battlegrounds have these. So if you're looking for something to do and you just want to help your team, if you're fast enough, you can run around between objectives and take them, but usually you need, like, you want, 2-3 people to do it. People are linking this garrison in chat, which means that it's under attack, so I'm going to go over there and help people out. Oh my gosh, look at all these dots. Maybe we can help out. It's good to have a ranged weapon. I'm a warrior, so I don't. But ranged weapons, pro tip, very good in World vs. World. That's what we're dealing with here. Oh my gosh, they have a shield generator, and this is a whole ass Zerg. Should have gotten that guy. The War Claws have 9,000 health, which kind of gives you a buffer to get back to your Zerg. I'm not a super fan of it. I think they should just kind of like have 1 health and 2 charges of Aegis, but here we are. So they're a little bit easier to dismount. Maybe faster, though. Make up for it. People just kind of poking back and forth right now. There's this guy. I don't know if it's possible to play this build without flow stabilizer. I was kind of checking it, but it seems very rough. I have to put this on. There we go. You can use the cat spear to dismount people, but it does have a long cooldown. So I did nail that guy. Maybe I can get to him, but he's a catalyst, so he's pretty fast. Got him. They're going to take this tower, basically. Go up there, kill the Lord, claim it, and then come raining out onto us. You can see him up there in the distance. It's likely we will not be able to stop this because we do not have a tag of our own or an organized group, so we won't be able to push in. This is definitely an organized crew doing this. So let's move on. It's a blue guy. Nope, it's an ally. It's kind of hard to tell. Why did we succeed that defense? They're gonna take it. It's very odd. Oh boy. Yeah, there it goes. So we've lost this tower. It's flipped to blue, as you can see on the map. And now they will come out very angry. And it will also happen if your team takes the tower or something similar. No, I can't glide here. Show off that. Catch any stragglers. Want to play? Not at all? This guy? Nope, he just wants to go into the tower. Don't want to get too close to a Zerg because there's chances there are people in there with blinks and pulls and stuff that'll just yoink you. Stability is a super profitable and powerful boon in World vs. World, so if you have anything that you can donate to your... or if you have any power budget left in your build, you want to give yourself some stability. Tragically, I do not, so we'll see if we get some on Bladesworn for that in the future. It got suspended. That's odd. Hang on. Available. Policy violations. Oh, maybe it was some of the music I was playing. Hang on. Well, thank you, Daikaru. That's odd. I will not play new music anymore. I was trying to show off that song. I really like it. I may have to re-record this. We'll see. Hang on. Yeah, it's probably just copyright. I mean, the stream may go down for a sec. Hang on, I'll be right back. I want to look at this.